At the height of its power, the USSR football team was a force to be reckoned with. Dominating Europe in the 1960s and capturing the world's attention, they embodied a perfect fusion of sport and politics. But the story of the USSR football team is one of triumph, division, and eventual decline. Today, we dive into the rise and fall of this iconic team. After the end of World War II, the Soviet Union sought to showcase its strength on the international stage, and football became one of the country's greatest avenues to display its power. The USSR quickly rose to prominence, beginning with a strong showing in the early 1950s. The team's breakthrough came in 1960, when they won the inaugural European Championship, defeating Yugoslavia in the final. This was a major milestone, marking the USSR as a football powerhouse. With legends like goalkeeper Lev Yashin, known as the Black Spider, and forward Puskás, the team's dominance grew. But it wasn't just the players who were instrumental. Soviet managers like the legendary Gavril Kachalin played a key role in honing the team's strategy and solidifying their place in international football. Lev Yashin, one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, became the symbol of Soviet football. His save goals earned him the nickname Black Spider and made him a global icon. He became the first goalkeeper to win the Ballon d'Or in 1963, solidifying his legendary status. Alongside him, players like Valentin Ivanov, Puskás, and Igor Neto formed a team that could rival any in Europe. The team's style was defined by solid defense, quick counterattacks, and disciplined teamwork. The chemistry between these players was exceptional, and they were not only respected but feared by their rivals. Managers like Kachalin built a cohesive unit that understood the importance of collective strength over individual glory. But the rise of the USSR football team wasn't without its challenges. Football in the Soviet Union was never just a sport. It was deeply intertwined with politics. The Soviet government saw football as a tool for international diplomacy, using success on the field to showcase the superiority of the socialist system. Behind the scenes, political interference often hindered the team's progress. Managers and players were subject to intense pressure, and their success or failure was directly tied to the broader political climate. The Soviet Union's approach to football mirrored its approach to society: control, power, and unity under one banner. This, however, led to instability, as political changes often affected team dynamics and player selection. By the 1970s and 1980s, the once dominant USSR football team began to show signs of decline. Despite remaining competitive, the team's results were inconsistent. Political unrest and internal divisions within the USSR started to seep into the national football structure, weakening the cohesion that once made them so formidable. The decline mirrored the overall weakening of the Soviet state. The lack of new emerging talent and the internal fractures led to fewer international successes, and by the time of the 1986 World Cup, the Soviet team failed to qualify. The final blow came with the dissolution of the USSR in 1991. As the Soviet Union crumbled, so did the football team that had once ruled Europe. The country split into several independent states, each forming its own national teams. The USSR's football legacy was now divided, and the dream of a unified Soviet football team was lost forever. While the fall of the USSR marked the end of an era in football, the legacy of the Soviet team lives on through its players, managers, and unforgettable moments in history. The rise and fall of the USSR football team was as much a reflection of the political and cultural upheaval of the time as it was of the beautiful game. For more information on the history, rivalries, and legacy of the USSR football team, check out the book Red Dynamo: The Rivalries, Politics, and Football Stories of the Soviet Union. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into football history. Thanks for watching.